The Guru and the Chela by the Ascended Master Kuthumi. The Bridge to Freedom Journal, March 1955. Chela. Beloved Master, we are told that knowledge imparted to us brings with it an obligation to utilize that knowledge for the blessings of life. Will you tell us how best to assimilate the truth within the instructions given to us by the Ascended Masters? Guru. Blessed Chela, the old adage, "Where ignorance is bliss, it is folly to be wise," has a good deal of truth within it. The individual who has not had the opportunity of receiving assistance and directions from the Ascended Masters is not as liable before the cosmic law for manifest works as is the one entrusted with the time, energy, thought, and instructions of beings whose every breath is priceless, because it can and should be used only to further the divine plan. It is not enough to read the words of the Master, nor to accrete an intellectual knowledge of spiritual fact. The Chela must build those words into his own nature and become the Master. Beloved Master, is there any particular recommendation you can give us so we may best profit by your instructions? Blessed Chela, yes. Proceed somewhat as follows. First, choose a certain time of day for your reading, and endeavor to build a momentum of rhythm in adhering to your contemplative cycle. Second, prepare your consciousness by reflecting earnestly on what you are about to do. Enter the Holy Communion with your God and your Master. Still your mental, emotional, and physical vehicles, and raise your consciousness until it touches the spiritual aura of the author of the words you are about to consider. Ask him or her to give you the Ascended Master's feeling, comprehension, understanding, and capacity to interpret those words into action for the blessing of your fellow man. Remember, you are about to partake of the qualified life of some God being who has, in mercy and love, chosen to give you his instructions to help you to become free also. Feel a sense of deep gratitude, reverence, and humility in accepting this essence. If you will do this, you will receive not only the worded expression of truth, but the living essence of truth, which will be a fire unto your spirit. A simple prayer to be said before reading the words of the Master could be something like the following. Beloved Presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence which enables me to read, to comprehend, to absorb, and to do what is required of me. For life I am so grateful. Beloved Master, here address the one whose words you are about to read and contemplate. I ask you your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction to God's glory and mankind's comfort. Third, do not read hastily. Remember, gluttony is not only of the flesh, but of the mind as well. Many civilized people who shrink at the ravenous gulping of the savage or the beast would be amazed at the sight of their own mental body devouring knowledge. Let your mind reverently, respectfully, and gently approach the instructions of the Master, and pause upon a sentence or paragraph which the grace of the ever-presence may emphasize through your own soul's light. It is not how much you read, nor how much you know, but what you are that forms the measure of your capacity for spiritual assimilation. Fourth, elect within yourself to make some portion of your reading an active part of your nature each day. Thus, the process of sublimation and of transmutation becomes a rhythmic cycle of graduating consciousness rather than a clumsy lumbering resulting from spasmodic endeavors. Fifth, when you have completed your reading, again make a brief invocation to your own I Am presence and the Master with whom you have been in communion, to nourish by the spiritual grace of cosmic truth the seeds planted in your consciousness. Ask that the ideas thus entrusted to you shall become manifest flowers of perfect expression in your world and the world of your fellow man. Beloved presence of God, I am. Pour the light of thy grace upon my consciousness. Nourish the seeds planted by the Master. Let me not be one admonished from without, but not inflamed within, lest the word which I have heard or read, and not practiced, known, and not loved, believed, and not observed, rise up in judgment against me. Quoting the words of a wise man who walked the path before you, truly, when the day of judgment comes, it will not be asked of us what we have read, but what we have done. Not what fine discourses we have made, but how righteously we have lived. Beloved Master, is there any prescribed course of reading which would be of particular benefit to our soul growth? Blessed Chela, for each man a different type of instruction is required. When the Master himself does not conduct the personal instruction for the Chela daily, the Chela must draw from within himself through the intuitive faculty and the flame of wisdom in the heart that which can best benefit him each day. When a Chela is particularly drawn toward a specific master, the Chela can build up a momentum of spiritual rapport with such a one through observance of the above exercise, and then reading those words written by that master. Even in reading the words of unascended beings, if the individual were to put himself into spiritual communion with the consciousness of the writer, so much more could be received in a short period of study than when the outer mind literally plunges into the reading in a haphazard fashion.